Well, hi folks, and welcome back to my play-by-email game of Strategic Command versus the Taxman. So let's see what moves Taxman made on his last turn. Okay, he's moving his sub around. We also just saw the Red Sea flash by, so he was doing something with those vessels he had moved down there. Looks like he's found my sub, and it dives, thank goodness. Stay safe. His CV has crept out of the Suez Canal, which is useful to know, but I'm sure he'll just move it back in again. At least my sub is safe for now. I think I will move that back to a port and get it reinforced this turn. Okay, yeah, it's playing around in Yugoslavia a bit. And Bulgaria has joined us. Okay, so Timisoara, Ara, I'm not sure what that is, was captured. Bulgaria signs a military pact with the Axis. Malta hinders access supply in the Med, as usual. And General Antonescu crushes the Iron Guards rebellion in Romania. Okay, intelligence has spotted a light cruiser down in Sevastopol, where they always are. And we have a couple of reinforcements here. Now I'm just going to hold off placing those, and we'll come back to those in a short while. Okay, so let's start off as usual with my fleet. Now let's go and move the cruiser and my sub that I'm trying to move around the north of Scotland. So I'm going to put it back into cruise mode on this cruiser. And I think I'm just going to, I want to try and keep away. So I want to keep away from Ireland. So I want to keep going up in a straight line up to, I think, about there. And then I'm going to come across, start coming across so we can skirt over the north of Scotland. And yeah, let's hope we don't hit anything. Okay, so far so good. So cruise mode for the sub. And yeah, we'll do the same sort of thing. We'll just go straight north and then across to there. Okay, perfect. So I think they will be in position next turn, which is great. Okay, let's just zoom back in. Now, before I start moving the other units in my fleet up into position, I just wondered how effective my destroyer would be against this sub. So I'm just going to come up, and of course he's moved it. I guess that makes a lot of sense. So let's just, there it is. And of course, all that's going to happen to me is I'm going to take 2 damage. Why is that? His sub isn't showing any upgrades. Is it just because it must be because of its experience? Ouch. Okay. Well, I can't do anything more other than just bring my destroyer back down. Good grief. Okay. Right, well, I think it's a case of I just need to start bringing my fleet up and getting it into a tight group somewhere. Now I'm going to bring it, I think I'm going to bring it into this area. I don't want to bring it up here as such because his sub's going to see it. I think, yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is probably, how about I just bring that cruiser up into that port. And I'm going to bring this sub, which I'm going to put into silent mode. And just put out to there for now. going to bring my battleship up to there. This sub, if I put it into silent mode, probably won't be able to get that far. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it in hunt mode. And I think I'm just going to put it over to here for now, I think, or maybe just into port. I'm just a bit wary about leaving it in hunt mode. What I might do actually is just bring it all the way up here into this port up here. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. This cruiser, I'm going to bring up to here. Now this sub, again, I'm a bit wary about leaving it in hunt mode because it will make it very easy to find. So I'm not going to rush this. I want to get my fleet into a good position. So it may not be next turn that I'm this turn that I'm ready. It'll probably be next turn. I just want to get all of my vessels up into a closer position. Bring this sub up. Again, I can't put it into silent mode because it won't get very fast. I'm going to leave it in hunt mode, but keep it well back. And my destroyer, though my destroyers don't seem to be very effective. Yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of nestle my destroyer back here for this turn. There. Now down here we've got this sub at Saintner's there, which I'm going to also bring round. So I'm going to put it into hunt mode, put it into cruise mode, and just zoom out a little. Do a similar thing to what I'm trying to do with the others. So I'm going to bring it up to here, and then over to there. And again, hopefully you won't hit anything. Okay. That's good. And just for this sub, let's just have a real quick look around this area. There's his sub still, and we'll put the sub back in there. Now, as per usual, with it being winter, we've got snow over northern France. I can't do anything with my air power, and at long last, there's bad weather over the UK, and he can't do anything with his air power. But it's just a mutual stalemate as a result. So, yeah, you know, it would be nice to have been able to try and do some bombing on this sub, but I can't fly again. Superb. Anyway, let's just double check my HQ attachments. Okay, so this one over here is still unattached. I'm actually thinking of doing... Let's get the attachments done first. I was thinking of bringing this tactical bomber a bit further east, but let's get the attachments correct first of all. So I'm going to detach that tactical bomber and attach that one to this HQ. And then this HQ, just make sure that it is in, let's put it into auto assist. Okay, so because that, I'm now going to detach that one because this has got too many attached to it, and I can now attach that tactical bomber to this HQ. What's the supply down here like? Well, it's 7 at the moment. If I do supply for next turn, still showing 7. And that's because of supply. It's getting supply from this HQ. It's just not getting the bonuses because it's not attached to it. I think that's what it is. But nevertheless, so let's just have a quick look at these ones. They're all not too bad. I think what I'm going to do though, sorry, I'll get rid of the supply numbers. I'm actually going to move the HQ down here which will at least hopefully boost the supply down to this unit. So let's have a quick look at the predicted. Yeah, let's push that up to 7 now. So that's good. I'm happy with that. Now, last turn I did get the anti-tank level 2. I got a research breakthrough, but I'm not going to spend that up here on these armored units just yet because I want to conserve my MPPs. So I'm just going to leave everything up here as is. And yeah, I'm wondering whether to do something with this army finally. How many armies do I have up here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 armies up here. I think I might move it up here because I'd rather, if I'm going to do sea line, I'd rather do it with the armies and then move the corps over to the eastern front. So let's just start force marching this army over to there. I clearly don't need it for Yugoslavia, so let's use it for sea line if we get that far. So down to Yugoslavia. My premature attack on Yugoslavia. So I don't think I want mobility on that. So I'm going to... I want the Italian units here to get some experience. So I'm going to try and destroy the Yugoslavian unit with the Italian units here. And also these Italian units being next to the Yugoslavian unit means they get a prepared attack, which I think is a 25% bonus on readiness. Of course that one is still not capable of doing it. That's because it's only infantry level 1, I guess. So okay, so no point really attacking with that Italian unit. Let's bring down one of the infantry level 2 corps and take out that unit there. And we'll just move that corps into Zagreb. Okay. Now the German armour I would like to bring all the way through down to here, but as you can see it can't get into this hex because of the zone of control of that unit. So I need to find out what strength that unit is. These two these are 2 good strong Hungarian armies, have both been upgraded to infantry weapons level 2. So unfortunately they will be attacking across a river, so that's a disadvantage. Let's just bring... I don't want to bring the corps into that hex because I think that's the hex the armour would like to go into. Let's bring this army down here first of all. Okay, strength 5. Okay, so now let's bring the German armour down. And at least we can get 2 strikes onto that Yugoslavian corps. Okay. So now we'll bring this Hungarian corps through. And I think we're probably going to need both of these Hungarian units. Yeah. Oh well, that was fortunate. It shattered. Fantastic. And yeah, so let's just... Can't move that army any further. So that's the furthest I can advance there. So let's just try and do an attack on Belgrade. At least see if we can reduce the entrenchment by 1, which I think we succeeded with at least. Right, now let's get these German units as far forward as possible. And I want the Italian units also as far forward as I can. And I think we'll use this road so we can take Vallejo as well. Very badly pronounced, I'm sure. So sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to bring this army down here. And we will bring the... Where's the road system gone? I can't see because of the snow. The road system's up here. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's a clear hex, so supply should be quite good through there. Although it will lose 2 because it's crossing a river. No, that's fine. I should bring the Hungarian HQ forward a bit. And I'll bring the German HQ forward. Let's just... What's the supply level for next turn like? It's showing 7-7 there, so it's not bad. 10 and 8 7s, because we've got 3 HQs in this area. And one thing I found, thank you very much for the comment on that, but one of my viewers pointed out that you can use HQs of any nationality on your side, can, you know, whether it's the majors or minors, can provide supply to any country's units. Now that seems a bit odd to me, because in reality that would never have happened. You wouldn't have had an Italian HQ ever supply and control German units, for instance. So yeah, that seems really odd, and I kind of hadn't expected that to be the way it worked, but apparently it does. Let's bring the German HQ down here now. I'm wondering what effect that will have, because the HQ is well away from a supply source now. Yeah, okay, that's all right. That's not too bad. It's still getting 8 here, because I think, is it daisy chaining probably off the Italian one here? I think that's probably what it is. Yeah, it's getting 7 supply. So it's probably getting daisy chained off of this HQ down here, which is 10, 9. Or if I bring the supply up, 10, 9, 8. And then this will be getting 7, and it's pushing out. That's pushing out 10. Okay, I'm confused. Okay, and I think that's about all we can do in Yugoslavia for the time being. So hopefully we'll be able to start attacking Belgrade next turn. He's got that upgraded to reinforced to a strength of 8. But I do want an Italian unit to actually take Belgrade, because I want the MPPs from Yugoslavia to go to the Italians. They are in desperate need of those points. So I think, yeah, I think that's it. And I completely forgot I was going to upgrade that German unit, but I moved it. That was a mistake. Oh well. So we now have a corps from Bulgaria, and we don't really need that for anything else other than for additional corps on the Eastern Front. So I'm just going to move that up there, and I will leave that garrison there for now, and we'll leave that garrison there for now. Okay, we'll come down and have a look at North Africa first, and then we'll have a look out in the Med. So, down here. The first thing for the Germans, I'm going to finish reinforcing the reconnaissance. I'm going to reinforce the anti-tank up to full strength. And I'm going to upgrade this armor to advanced tanks level 2. And I think that's all the German upgrades, etc. down here. So while I'm at it, those that aren't being upgraded, what's the HQ got? The HQ's already upgraded, isn't it? I'm going to at least start bringing the other units forward. Now, I would like the Germans to basically take the attack, and I'll have the Italians primarily in reserve. So I think I'll leave them where they are for now. I'll do their reinforcements this turn, but I'll at least start getting the German units forward. Keep them as closer to supply sources as possible. What's going on with supply at the moment with the positions they're in? Well, these ones are getting supply from the Italian HQ. If I at least move that onto the town here, yeah, it doesn't really help much. Yeah, because it's only receiving supply of 4, so it can only push out a supply of 8. Okay, let's just push it forward. These are getting supply from the Italian HQ, so what does that do? Okay, it does. It boosts that one up to 7. Yeah, on the Italian side, let's get these units over here reinforced. So I'm going to reinforce the fighter and the bomber. Get the army back up, which is going to take there. Oh, I can only add 2 points to it. So let's push that back up to 6. Okay. Let's move that HQ back there. So next turn these will be in better supply. So the supply next turn, these will be all up to 6 instead of 5. Supply is such a nightmare down here. Okay. We'll bring that German corps forward one more then. So I think that's, yeah, I think that's all I can do down there. Right, off into the Med. Now, it's a game of cat and mouse down here. He's keeping his ships hidden in the Suez Canal and the Red Sea, and he's just going to keep popping them out and taking pot shots at me. So as a number of my vessels are in need of reinforcement, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put the sub into hunt mode and then put it into cruise mode, and I'm going to bring it up here and then work on getting it back to port. Ah, wrong port. I can't reinforce it very well there. And because I stopped, I can't move again. Ah, good grief. Yeah, Tirana's only a strength 5 port, so I really won't be able to do much with that sub there. I really needed to get it back into one of the Italian strength 10 ports. Ah, good grief. Okay. All right, well, we'll just have to get the others back. So we'll go into cruise mode with this one. Bring it all the way up here. This cruiser, which one's the weakest? That is, I think, the weakest one we've got left out, isn't it? So we will bring that all the way up to here. It's a Cittavecchia. And I'm not going to leave these 2 destroyers just hanging around out here. It's too risky. So I think what I'm going to do is just bring them up here into port for now. Okay, that's the Med clear. So I can't do any naval reinforcements this turn, and that's the Italians. Well, so Germany's still got 337 MPP. We've done the upgrades and reinforcements in North Africa. What I want to do is do some research. I'm going to add anti-sub to my research because I'm desperately in need of some more effective means to attack his subs with. And also, I want to do some additional diplomacy. I want to add another chit to Algeria. So that's a 15% chance per turn. Yeah, I also want to, I'm going to purchase, if I've still got enough money, I'm going to purchase a motor torpedo boat. And that's going to cost 105. It's going to take 3 as that turns or months, but it's that's the production delay, and so I'm going to purchase a motor torpedo boat, and that will be coming on the 11th of May. Okay, we'll close that, and now we've got our 2 units, so we've got a sub to place. Now I could put the sub out in Saint Nazaire, but I'm trying to build up my naval forces over here, so I'm going to put the sub down here. And my first tank reinforcement, the 11th Panzer tanks. Now, where do I want them? I don't imagine I'm going to be putting more than 2 armoured units into the UK. So I think I might just start building up my Eastern Front forces. I'm going to place it down in the central area here, purely because it will have some HQ support at the moment. So let's put the... I shouldn't have put it in a town. Anyway, I'll move that next turn. Yeah, so we'll place it there for now. And just in terms of this HQ, I think what we'll do is we'll just bring the HQ down here for now. Okay, so that's Germany with 32 MPP. I don't have anything else I want to spend that on just yet, so I'm going to conserve it. And we will see what the taxman makes of that. So not a lot happening. I'm still building up and regrouping. So let's hand this over to the taxman and see what happens. Okay, Malta's hindering supply as usual, which is unfortunate. That sub's still disrupting our Norway convoy. Okay, so we get 474 MPP. We're still losing 100 to the Africa Corps. And Italy collects 105. And no research breakthroughs and no diplomacy breakthroughs. That's very disappointing. Okay. All right, folks. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. Please give me a thumbs up, a like. That really helps me out. And subscribe and check out my Patreon page. Thanks very much for watching, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.